run the car and everything.
So, because they've cut his hours down on the job, he's going to have to claim, did you say?
He's now claiming housing benefits just to afford his rent.
But he can afford a car.
Yeah, it's only a small one though.
Oh, you still have to run a car. You have to put petrol in. You have to pay insurance. You have to pay MOT. You know, car's a car. Expensive thing to run.
Oh no, I'm just doing my lessons at the minute and.
How much are lessons now?
They are £20 an hour with the driving school I'm going with.
£20. When I took driving lessons, they were 12 and 6. Oh my word. How things have changed. My word.
I know. And some of them, apparently, you get them for £10. A friend of mine who's just started doing his lessons, it said he's getting his £10 a lesson.
I think we live in a society now, Connor, that you've got to shop around.
You have.
You know, you've got to look around to see, you know, but if you're going to save money, it's worth looking around.
Yeah, it is.
So you think he's going to have to pay bedroom tax, but not too sure.
He will, because I got told by a few people that it's only if you're renting, I don't know whether you can name companies or not.
Well, no, it's social housing, so.
Yeah, it's social housing, so if I was to rent off a social housing company, I'd get charged bedroom tax, but apparently if you're working and have a good income, you don't get charged it.
No, it's when you're on benefits,
It's if you're on benefits,
And how many bedrooms has he got?
It's a 2-bedroom flat.
Right. He lives there on his own?
He does, yeah.
Right. But maybe the hours will just go down for a while and maybe they'll go back up again?
I'm not sure. It's been like that. He's been working there about 10 years now, and it's sometimes he gets a full week in there. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 days, but then they send him home early.
Right.
He starts at 2 in the afternoon and works till 10, and they get sent home at 9 o'clock sometimes.
Right.
I mean, I would have thought they'd have kept them there till they're saying that, so they're going to try and save money though, aren't they? If we can get them off early, they can get them off early.
That's what companies are doing, so.
Another thing I wanted to speak about was that, another 2 things actually. That fella the other week really touched my heart. It takes a lot to do that, but that fella who had to destroy his racing pigeons and then his dog hit someone, I was really praying and hoping that someone would come along to collect them, because that's a shame. I would have been ashamed to have had to got rid of them.
I'm thrilled that we found a home for the 2 dogs, Riker and Beauty.
Oh, well, it's a beauty that someone come along and took them in like that.
A lovely lady called Julie took them.
Oh, I'd like to say thank you to Julie for that.
And do you know what's even nice about Julie? She also is allowing Keith and his wife to go and see the dogs anytime they want.
Yeah, I heard you say that the other week. That's
amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it was touch and go with my cat. I've got a 2-month-old kitten with me at the minute. My dad's got my cat. I give it to him because my landlords wouldn't let me have this in the flat. He said you weren't allowed to have a cat, and it was too late at that time. I'd already got it. And it's just had babies, and I've asked my landlord, said my dad's cat's just had babies, could I have a kitten? And he said yeah.
Right.
So, and the other thing was that woman who was doing the drugs.
Which one? Quite a few women do drugs.
No, the one you recently mentioned, it just turned the radio on just before, about 10 to 10, before your show came on. You mentioned it on The Good, Bad and the Ugly, the woman...
Oh, you mean the two girls that have been arrested in Peru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're getting these drugs from, but it's ridiculous now, and they can't seem to ban them, can they?
Well, Peru is the biggest exporter of cocaine in the world.
Oh God!
And they had 1.5 million, but they've denied in the street value. They've denied that they knew anything about it.
Oh God!
So it'll be interesting.
It's everywhere you go these days, Pete. You can always smell it.
Yep, there's a lot of people doing drugs out there.
There is.
All right, Connor. Nice to talk to you. 01514720967. Let's speak to Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
Pete?
Yes, Stephen.
It's Stephen, mate. That last caller I think he knew more about drugs than we did. Apart from that, Pete, I'm just wondering, when you think about the roulette, the roulette machines in these, in these betting shops, Pete.
I don't go in betting shops, so I don't know.
Well, I think there's a lot of people going in betting shops these days.
Oh, yes,
on these, right. Well, obviously, years ago, my granddad was on, he was going in the betting shop. He was doing like 50 pence each for accumulators, which cost him £1. Now, there's people going into these betting shops now, Pete, and they're spending hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands of pounds on these machines, Pete. I'm wondering if you know, right, if anything's going to be done about these machines, mate.
Well, no, because gambling now is huge business, sadly, and you can play poker on your phone, you can play poker and go onto roulette on your computer. You can go anywhere now, and sadly, it's in your face everywhere, and people have,
Yes, well, I understand this. I understand what you're saying, Pete, but that's what I'm asking you, and obviously you're jumping me question. You're being very evasive. I'm not saying
I'm not being evasive at all. Betting shops are there to make money. That's all they're there for.
Yeah, but betting shops have always... Hang on, Pete. Yeah? There's betting shops have always been there to make money, as I've just said, my granddad, maybe your dad and your granddad, and it used to be like £1 each way, and we spend a couple of pounds, but I'm saying to you that there's something got to be done about these roulette machines in these betting shops. I don't know if are the government getting paid by William Hill, Ladbrokes. I'm sorry for mentioning.
All right. Why would the government being paid? They have gambling licenses that they pay for, and they are gambling facilities, and they've got them in casinos, they've got them in betting shops, and they've also got them in the bingo. So they've got them everywhere. That's what you go for. It's gambling.
No, but if I can interrupt you, Pete, right? As you just said them words there, you've just said casino. You've just said bingo. They've been going for years.
And they've got roulette wheels in the bingo machines now.
Yeah, but shouldn't roulette wheels be specifically for casinos?
No, not at all. Gambling's gambling. No, gambling's gambling.
I know gambling's gambling, Pete. But
so that's why you go anywhere to gamble.
Well, yes, but all I'm saying is, Pete, I know I might be rambling on a little bit, but 25 years ago, you go into a betting shop and gambling's gambling. I'll have £1 on that horse, I'll have £50 on that horse.
You must have mixed in different circles, Stephen. I worked in nightclubs and I saw gamblers going into betting shops with 500 quid with £1,000 putting on a horse. And when I went to the races, I always saw that sort of money being spent. So it wasn't just pounds and 50 pences. Yeah, so gambling's always been gambling.
Yes, well, right, I understand that, people, where gambling's always been gambling, but I think that in the sense where these machines, I think in Ireland, I don't know if you know, Pete, in Ireland they've been banned. They've been banned. Ireland was the first country to ban the smoking in public areas. I think Ireland have been the first country to ban these machines, and they're called FOBTs. They're called fixed odds betting terminals, where the fixed odds betting terminals are saying to you that it's a random. So when I put £10 in and the wheel spins, it's meant to be random. It's not random. They know if you're going to win.
Why is it not random? How do you know it's not random?
Because if
it says it's random, then it means it's random.
Right, I know. Right, if it says it's random, it means it's random. But well, say for example, I know it's not random, but
hang on, it says it's random. They have strict betting laws. They have instructions.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you, Pete. If they have strict rules and regulations, right? My name's Stephen G, and I am going to find that their strict rules and regulations are not correct.
And how are you going to find that?
I don't know, but I'm going to do it for... Right, if we've got other listeners on this line now, and they're listening to me, there must be out of 100 listeners, out of 100 listeners who are listening to this call now, there must be at least 30 or 40 people listening to this call, shouting at the radio going, I know what you mean, Steve, I know what you mean, because they're taking us to the cleaners.
Well, then you don't go. If you feel that badly about it, you then don't go in. Nobody is forcing hang on. Nobody is forcing any of you to go into a casino. No one's forcing you to go into a betting shop. No one's forcing you to go into bingo. No one's forcing you. You have the choice. Thank God we live in a country with freedom of choice.
Oh yeah, Pete, but at the same time, mate, right, it's called, you must have heard of the saying called, the roulette machines are called the crack cocaine of gambling. No one forces people to get addicted to crack cocaine. No one forces people to get addicted to heroin. But there's people out there selling it. And if they get caught selling heroin, they get put to jail for 15, 20 years. Who's going to catch these people?
I find you bizarre. Are you on drugs or something? You're on something. Because you're a very strange man.
I'm a very strange man.
Very strange man. Going on about these roulette wheels. I go into a casino for a meal and I might have a little bet. I don't go near them.
Right.
I have that choice.
What I'm saying to you, Pete, okay, I know you might find me a very strange man, but I'm saying
I do find you a very strange man, going on about them, comparing a roulette wheel with crack cocaine. I mean, we know there are people out there who have terrible addictions to gambling. Terrible addictions to gambling, and it's tragic, and thank God there is Gamblers Anonymous that can help people.
Yeah, but why does it get brushed under the carpet?
It doesn't get brushed under the carpet. You don't have to go into a betting shop.
You don't have to go and see the man to get your crack cocaine or your heroin, do you? But you do, because
well, I don't. No, I don't. Do you do? Do you?
No.
Well, you don't. Jonathan doesn't, and I don't. There's three people. So there you are. You have the choice.
I know we have a choice. But what I'm saying to you is, Pete, if you get caught selling heroin or cocaine,
I would be more worried if I were you. I would be more worried if I were you, Stephen. The fact that I can go onto my telephone and lose my life savings by the press of a button. Going onto the internet, and that's on my telephone. That's my telephone. That's gambling in general. That's not roulette wheels. That's not blackjack. That's everything. But you have the choice. We live in a choice society, and a lot of people want that choice. But sadly, we have addicts as well, which is tragic.
Right? You're saying we live in a choice society.
Yes, we do, thank God.
But the choice society is where...
Fair swearing. Right. I'll give you that. I'll cut you off. I'll bring you back on. Swear again, I'll cut you off. All right? Ajay, are you listening to me? I'll cut you off if you swear again.
I apologise straight away.
Right.
I apologise. When I swore, I did apologise. What I'm saying to you is, Pete, I'll leave it on this, mate. We might be rambling and going nowhere. I'll leave it on this. Who's going to arrest the people? You've got Etheloston shutting down. You've got Woolworths shutting down. You've got serious companies who are like, real companies in our world, in the city of, in the United Kingdom, shutting down because they've got no money. But every month or every year, these bookmakers are making shops all the time.
Yeah.
So why aren't they shutting down?
Well, because it's a growth industry. Gambling is a growth industry.
It's a growth industry. So why aren't we buying clothes out of Ethelostons or Woolworths? Because we're spending all our money in the bookmakers.
No.
Go on, Pete.
No, not at all. Go and look how many people are standing outside Primark. They're queuing to get in. Go and see how many people stand out Marks and Spencer's. They're packed, so people are buying clothes.
And look, Pete, all I'm going to say to you is, mate, thank you for listening to me, and I mean that.
All right, Stephen. Thank you very much indeed. We'll take a break, and then we'll